Right, take a level on your mic.
ABC, egg and bacon, fried bread, tomatoes.
You've got to open your mic first, man. Yeah.
Today is Derek's very first attempt at driving the desk and talking on the phone at the same time.
Take a level, but you can't just open your mic and say 1, 2, 3, otherwise everyone will hear it.
Well, maybe
That's it.
Might be
Programme director Graham Ledger has organised the newsroom staff to be Derek's callers.
Take that off.
Fine.
And when you're ready to go up. So, come out with your jingle, which is T, and then go straight to the
On 0161 400 0000 for the Degsy debate.
That's still on.
On Century 105.
Oh, we're doing it now?
Yes.
Sorry, I thought we were just playing with that one, sorry.
So start off, press your caller to air, so they're ready to go. No, you haven't started yet. Press your caller on air. Right. Press your jingle, then start.
Call now on 0161 400 0000 for the Degsy debate on Century 105.
Mandy, line 1, how are you, love?
Hello, I'm alright, thank you.
Good. You had a nice day?
Yeah, not bad.
Only not bad?
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of that. What are you on for?
Well, it's about Bill Clinton. I know that everyone keeps going on about him, all the other stuff that he's been up to and everything.
I mean, do you care what he's been up to? Do
No, I don't.
you think most people care?
No.
Do you think he cares?
I think he cares on a personal level, yeah.
Do you? He should get sacked. He should get sacked for picking that Monica Lewinsky. I mean, did you see her get out that cab? Oh, it put you off your breakfast. OK, Mandy, thanks very much. We'll go now to line 2 to Steve. Steve, what do you think about what Mandy just said?
I could just hear music and then somebody whittering. I thought it was you.
Hello, Steve.
Hello.
What's up with you? Where are you from?
Right. When the first caller was on, right, you're too quick to have your say. The primary aim for you is to decide what your view is. And you need to give yourself time to understand what his point is. Otherwise, it can make you look a right tit by he giving his point of view, and then he's going to say to you at the end, well, that's not what I meant. So find out what his point is before you move on. Don't worry about this. The only time you think about this is when you're switching from one caller to another.
But I've got to worry about it because I've got to get it right.
You've got to get it right, yes.
And I will, by the way.
I know you will. Otherwise, you won't be on.
Oh, hey!
As well as setting up the new station, John is also in charge of Century 106, Nottingham. He's worried because their all-important audience figures are too low, and he's heading south to pay them a visit.
The situation at Nottingham is that the station isn't performing. It's should be now, after 12, 13 months on the air, 11, 12 or 13%, and it's now at 7%. So we've just got to go down and put some showbiz into the output and lift the audience.
Century 106.
Century in Nottingham is a dream that didn't go well enough for Group Chief Myers. The old management has moved out and John's moved in and sacked nearly all the presenters.
There's a new sound to Century 106 from this coming Monday morning.
Century 106.
The receptionist said to me, every time I come, someone gets sacked. And so every time I walk through the door, I think, who's going today? And that, it's quite upsetting really, because I don't like to work like that. But if they're not part of the solution, they're part of the problem. And so for the last few days, it's like the Grim Reaper.
Liz Jepson, one of the few originals, presents the religious programmes on Sunday mornings.
Sunday mornings, God and Century 106. What do you think?
Right. I'm going to stay with God. This doesn't sound...
that's good. Yeah, stay with God.
All right.
Good. Yeah.
I'm going to stay with God, and we're going to condense it a lot. And so I just want to change the whole feel to it. What I want to do is to make the breakfast presenter responsible for that part of the show, which means that they'll jack up the religious bit.
Yeah.
And so it's really the where you fit in it, because I can't find a place for you.
I have a problem on many levels with that, because where's your breakfast presenter going to get any contacts from? And I'm glad you're keeping something in there. I'm not saying I don't want it in there. I'm saying don't make it look stupid and make Century 106 look stupid, because it's done in a way which patronises religion, or you get a presenter on there who doesn't know anything about it.
The presenter doesn't need to be, you know, greatly informed about religion to do a religious slot. I mean, you know, I don't need to know a great deal about cars to talk to a mechanic. The bottom line is, what you're doing now, at that particular time of day, nobody listens.
But that is a historical thing. That's not just because of the small role that I have on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, but your slot,
you're changing the whole thing.
Yeah, but your slot, when it goes out, nobody listens. I have an asterisk. And an asterisk at that time that the number of people who listen are so few they can't be counted. You know, the way that I pay you is solely down to the advertising I sell. Solely down there. Now, if I'm not selling any advertising, I can't pay you. You know, the presenters live and die by their audience figures. And if their audience figures aren't good, their history, they're gone. And that's it. That's the way they live, and that's part of being a presenter. Sorry.
I think it's a shame for all of us, actually. But there you go.
Well, you know, it's religion will still play a part of Sunday mornings. We're just going to do it a little bit differently. Yeah. That's all. So, okay.
Okay. Good luck.
All right. Thanks very much. Okay.
See you, John.
Bye. It's God on the phone. Hello.
I feel rather cheesed off, actually, about the way it's all happened. I'm not the slightest bit surprised that he doesn't want to be paying any more for expertise than he absolutely has to. He's interested in business, he's interested in selling advertising, and that's the only thing that is... And I can understand that completely. It's about branding, it's about advertising, it's about market forces. That's the way all broadcasting is going.
I'm not here to be popular. I'm here to make the station successful. And, you know, we're going to bring an MD in who'll be popular, but he'll have the same drive and the same rules and the same ambitions as I have. But it's not a popularity contest in any way.
Back in the Northwest, John's won Manchester United commentary rights, but they'll only become exclusive locally next year. It'll cost him £250,000 annually. He'll need to get as much back as possible from a sponsor.
So we've got Man United. How much do you think we can get for that in sponsorship terms?
You'd say it's worth 200,000. You'd probably have to negotiate down to 150.
Pick up your smiles. Yes, that's great. Terrific. And again?
There's a deal to be done somewhere. It's just a question of what deal. In an ideal world, you'd be able to get 200, but 150,000.
150.
There are companies out there with that sort of money. It's just a question of finding them. Now. Gotta go.
How much did we pay for this?
62 quid.
60 for a shirt?
For a shirt.
You're winding me up.
But it's the best shirt in the country.
62 quid.
We have just done a deal on rights to broadcast all home and away matches. It carries a price tag of £1 million over 4 years.
The advertising campaign's now in full swing. Derek's face is still noticeably absent.
This is Morgan in the Morning. It is 20 minutes to 11. That's right, 20 minutes to 11 now. And hi to you all. This is the greatest radio station in the whole of God's country.
Hi to everyone today who's locked into our brand new radio station in Wigan. So hi to everyone who's tuning today at the Galleries Shopping Centre in sunny Wigan.
Only test transmissions are taking place, but John's wasting no time in building up the audience ready for the launch.
New radio station for the Northwest.
It's the men who tune in first, and it's the females who come later, and when they come in you have to be female friendly. Well, advertisers want to advertise to housewives, so we target all our music to a 39-year-old woman.
I feel so unsure as I take your hand
I like the idea of every day I know people in the Northwest can switch on the radio and I can be talking to them. I mean, that's a great feeling of influence and power, that. I mean, I've spent my life wanting to win whatever I've done, whether it be in politics or in business or in family life or anything else. I've always wanted to win. I find it difficult to ever envisage things not being successful.
Did you want to...
But John's programme director is not so confident about Derek's chances of success.
Did you want to talk about?
Well, only it's about Derek, really, John. I mean, we've got to get... He can't drive a desk. And I've had him in the studio when we did the training last week. I mean, he's great at the personality stuff. As soon as he pushes the button, it's like this. And I want to get a tech op in to drive it regularly.
Nah. That's a lot of crap, Graham.
Yeah, but the fact is, it's the choice. You've either got him doing it right and pushing the buttons or copying up. And I mean, I think we've just got to be getting it right from day one. You know, that's why I want to tech op for him.
Now, once you allow someone like Derek Hatton to be driven, you're never going to get him behind the desk properly. But why should we go to more expense?
But then we're going to end up with it as a spoiling the ship for a Haber guitar for the sake of a tech op, in my opinion.
You can be in the studio with him. I mean, you know, you're the programmer. You sit in the studio with him, but he sits at the desk. He drives the desk. If you want to stand behind him and ensure that all the things are going well, then that's fine. But we're not putting a tech op in to do something which I'm paying Derek to do.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
If you say, oh, Derek, we're going to look after you because you're a celebrity, we're going to wrap you in cotton wool, we're going to get someone to drive the desk for you, he's going to say, oh, thanks very much. I'm paying this guy a lot of money. He should be able to, can he drive a car? He can drive a 40, 50,000 pound bloody car. He can drive a desk. There's no other way out of it.
Right.
Okay.
This is the Derek Hatton Lunchtime Phone-In on Century 105. Call now on 0161 400 0000.
Yes, this is Derek Hatton on Century 105. The number is 0161 400 0000. And on line 1 we have...
Liverpool.
Sorry?
Sean from Liverpool.
Sean, how are you, Sean?
Start
that again. Get away, Sean. Start again. I'll come back to you in a minute.
Okay,
take it fader down. Now, hang on. Put it back there. Hang on.
Try to put it back on. What's the name on
well,
hold?
Don't press buttons if you don't know what you're pressing.
This is Century 105 News.
Century 105.
The headlines: Blackpool on the up after tower sale, twin...
The station is now stepping up to doing dry runs in the studios 24 hours a day. And Scottie McClue's war too. His show could upset the radio authority and even affect the licence.
He'd no right to tell that man he was thick. He said, well, why have I no right to tell the man he's thick when he is thick?
I'm not on about that. I'm on about the fact that you get someone from Oldham. I don't want you saying everybody in Oldham's thick.
I call them thick because they sound thick.
You're missing the whole bloody point. You're thick here. Listen to what I'm saying.
They're coming on from Oldham and they're saying,
So you're saying everyone from Oldham's thick?
No, I'm not saying that.
Well, that's my point.
No, but I'm not saying the thick, but I'm saying that a lot of people certainly here sound thick. I do take it to the line, take it right up to the line, and the byproduct of that is you're going to upset some people. I don't want to upset him because he's my boss and he's bought the product. He's bought Scottie McClue's megaphone-in. Now I'm going to do a big business for him. But if I cross the line, you know, he'll axe the show. But I don't think I do cross the line. And I've said, where are you phoning from? They said, I'm phoning from Bolton. And I said, oh, well, that explains it.
Well, that's
because
humour.
I think that's humour. Yeah,
that's humour.
I don't think I'm then saying
I'm not
from
fighting against that. But what I'm saying is that occasionally you come on and say, I'm sick of this, love. Every person from Manchester is thick.
Yeah.
And that's what upsets people.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is I can't defend that with the radio authority.
Sure.
I can defend to the cows come home you saying, he called this person thickhead.
Yeah.
And I can say, well, I listened to the tape and I agree with him.
Yeah,
I can't defend everyone from Manchester's thick because they're plainly not.
The first bollock, we're not even on here yet.